A fierce battle going on in between Blackbeard and Law. Blackbeard is about to launch an attack at Law. He charges up the Gura Gura and holds himself in the air, soon going to punch Law. He exclaims that there is no point in running and Law cannot escape. Law, on the other hand, is thinking about the Heart Pirates crew. He orders Hakugan to take care of the Polar Tang. Following his order, Hakugan quickly takes charge of the Polar Tang. Law also orders Shachi and Penguin to jump in the sea and provide cover. They both also follow his orders. Law conjures the first R-room of fight and uses the amputate technique, resulting in a deadly blow. In an instant, a neigh sound can be heard as the blow has sliced Stronger in half, throwing Blackbeard off the horse. Blackbeard knocks into the air, looking shocked at Law's power. Blackbeard wonders whether Law is using an awakened technique. He then angrily calls him a bulge-sucking rat. However, while Blackbeard is still in the air, he launches the devil fruit power known as Gura Gura, also called as Quake Crash, resulting in massive shockwaves throughout the ground. Blackbeard bursts into laughter seeing the condition of the ground, while the Heart Pirates are left baffled because of the unexpected attack. One of the Heart Pirates exclaim, "The power of a Quake Man is tremendous. That is why the shockwaves are too intense." Not only Blackbeard, but Dakikyu is also knocking in the air, soon going to hit the ground. As he tosses in the air, he pleads Stronger to not die on him. He then throws a basket of apples at the Heart Pirates, exclaiming, "Eat this!" However, one of the Heart Pirates understands that they are not normal apples but explosive apple bombs and orders the crew to take cover. Penguin quickly gulps tons of water and waits a split second before launching a massive torrent of water at the bombs. The heavy push of torrent causes the bombs to blast in midair, shocking Dakikyu. Shachi, just after the destruction of bombs, exclaims that it is a big mistake to underestimate them, because they grew up in the harsh, cold waters of the North Blue and Blackbeard. Pirates cannot win with them in a sea battle. Heart Pirates warn the Blackbeard Pirates that soon they are going to sink their ship. Bepo's extraordinary hearing power informs him of Augur's teleportation. He informs Bart that Sniper is about to shoot Law from a different location and tells him to protect the captain. Law, on the other hand, then launches K-Room. At that moment, Bart comes in front of Law, acting as a shield to protect Law from the Sniper. He successfully protects Law from the shot, leaving Augur surprised as he calls him a tough bodyguard. Law uses the Shockville attack and pierces his sword in Blackbeard's chest. Blackbeard finds the attack horrible. The stab results in Blackbeard throwing off blood, and for one moment, he is in a state of dizziness. Blackbeard coughs and pants. Seeing his condition, Augur exclaims that it is what happens when someone charges in half-cocked. He then warps his position using his powers. Augur reaches near Blackbeard and asks him to return to the ship Commodore, as they are unable to defeat the Heart Pirates. Blackbeard, however, calls him an idiot and tells him that they must finish what they started. He then lets out a giggle. As a result of his command, Augur has to warp him to the position where Law is. Now the two of them are facing each other. Law, on seeing Blackbeard, exclaims, "Do all your officers have devil fruit powers?" Blackbeard is huffing because of his stabbed chest. Law says that it must be a pretty raw deal hauling around so many anchors. Blackbeard replies that they are called devil fruits for a reason, as the weakness is well worth the trade-off. Law has pointed out their weakness, which is that no one of the Blackbeard pirates can travel in the sea. As Law has figured out their weakness, the Polar Tang starts attacking the Blackbeard ship from below. Some Blackbeard pirates are left baffled at the sudden attack. They realize that the Heart Pirates are trying to sink them from below. What panics them even more is the realization that the Heart Pirates are so strong underwater. Two Blackbeard pirates who are guarding the prison where Pudding is captured discuss the situation that is unfolding. One says that they might be taking now. The other one says that the Heart Pirates will soon become history, as the Commodore is the strongest around. Pudding warns them that Big Mom is going to make them eat those words if she is still alive. The two, however, laughs at her words and exclaim that the one they are fighting outside are his mom's killers, and new eras only happen when the old legends are torn down. Blackbeard and Law are busy in launching attacks on one another. The fight intensifies further when Blackbeard performs his Black Vortex move. The scene shifts to Marine headquarters, where Akainu receives the information of the battle going on in between Blackbeard and Law at the Winter Island. Akainu exclaims that they are forced to wait again and says that being Fleet Admiral is so damn frustrating. Meanwhile, on Egghead Island, where Straw Hat Pirates and Bonnie were fighting with the Pacifista, observed that the Pacifista stopped as soon as they transformed. They have been transformed by Bonnie using her devil fruit power. Luffy, who has been transformed into an old man, asks Bonnie that did she have to make her this old. He then wheezes and says that he gets it how she is feeling, but the Pacifista only looks like her dad, and if they don't attack him, they will soon fall in big trouble. Bonnie remains silent at his words. Chopper tells Luffy to have a heart, and then he says sorry to Bonnie. Chopper then tells her that Pacifistas bring up some bad memories for them. Jinbei then exclaims that Kuma may no longer be human, but that does not make it any easier for his daughter to come face to face with his doppelganger. Jinbei further says that he has nothing personal against Kuma, but what he knows about Kuma does not paint a pretty picture about him. He was the tyrannical king of Sorbet before he was deposed by the people and forced to become a pirate. Bonnie remains quiet. Jinbei further exclaims that when Kuma was eventually caught by the Navy, his ties to the revolutionaries came to light, and they gave him a life sentence. Vegapunk took an interest in him due to his physical prowess, so he was offered the opportunity to roam the seas again as a warlord, on the condition that he become a specimen for body modification and cloning. Jinbei then questions, does that cover it? Bonnie finally speaks up, saying that she gets it why Kuma had to choose to be a warlord dog and help them make their clone soldiers. She then says that why would anyone knowingly agree to become a mindless cyborg, as anyone can see it, is just as bad as a death sentence. Jinbei agrees to her, but says that he still wonders which one of Tyrant Kuma's crimes earned him his life sentence. Bonnie angrily attacks everyone and shouts that her dad was no stinking tyrant as he hated the government. He would never submit to them, and they must have forced him to accept the procedures somehow. Bonnie has used a beam saber attack, which leaves Luffy in awe. Bonnie exclaims that they must be in a scrapyard for Vegapunk's junk. He may call himself a scientist, but to her he is just a murderer. Bonnie exclaims that his dad always used to say that he was part of a special race, but him being part of a different race does not justify forcing him to be a lab rat, and it also does not justify killing him. Bonnie calms down and transforms them into normal. Luffy agrees to Bonnie while Chopper is surprised, hearing the word, a special race. The scene shifts to Thousand Sunny. The robot, holding Thousand Sunny, is soaring through the air. Vegapunk tells them that the robot is Vega Force 01, and its anti-gravity unit and jet thrusters allows it to easily sustain the propulsion. The island aircon is also needed to ensure a suitable climate, and one day, this will be possible anywhere. The crewmates inside Thousand Sunny notices that they are just above the Vegapunk city. Usopp exclaims that there are giant monsters below. It is like some kind of futuristic city. The Punk 02 exclaims that the world of tomorrow is built there. They finally land on top of the Punk records. They have reached Egghead, the island of the future. Punk 02 tells them that the research stratum is right above the clouds, and the fabrication stratum is just below them. The manufacturers and research assistants reside there. She tells them that she heard that their captain is down there causing a hullabaloo. As they are about to go to explore Vegapunk Island, Zoro and Brook stay there as guards of the ship, as they think that the woman cannot be trusted. As they explore the island, Usopp is left in awe at the beauty of the island. Frankie too has seen such a place for the first time. Punk 02 tells him that they can control the island's atmosphere and can naturally make use of pyrobloin to coagulate and control the density of water vapor. Thus, they recreate the islands and sea clouds you usually find on sky islands. She then shows them the entrance to the main lab. Frankie, seeing the entrance, runs towards it. But they all are stopped by Punk 02, who tells Team that have to change themselves into some appropriate attire before entering. She tells them that they can get costumes from the dressing transformation room. She also explains to them that when they try shoes, they must use lever to adjust the size of shoes. After some time, they have changed their attires completely. Nami exclaims that the attire is awesome. It is so light and cute. Sanji compliments Nami and Robin and calls it a cutting-edge fashion. They all compliment each other on their looks. The final scene shows Punk 01 saying that the problem with being a genius is that you can see your own future coming too. Somebody else exclaims, "What are you talking about, Vegapunk?" Vegapunk, on the other hand, exclaims that he thinks he will be dead soon. The person replies, "Don't kid about something like that." Vegapunk says that he just wanted to tell Dragon about this. The final sentence leaves a suspense that how these two are interconnected